So Bhakti Thakur's life is a wonderful. So he wrote hundreds and hundreds of songs in his life, and every song is full of this Krishna conscious meaning. So this song is a Thai Gaura Madhur story, is a prayer to Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and so he's simplifying how the devotee should prepare his life, his own life, in order to talk to everyone at home, or in the forest, constantly chant Hari Hari. Do not forget this chanting. Whether you are in a happy condition or a distressed condition, just fill your lips with the Hari Nam. Maya Zale Bhaja Hoye, Ashwamishe Kajal Hoye, Ekhono Chaitanya Pe, Radha Madhava Am Boy. Radha Madhava is a particular Thakur Shivasupati deities of Radha Madhava. I was saying you are bound up in the network of Maya and opposed to toil meaninglessly. Now you have understood what this life is for. So we chant the names of Radha and Madhava. Jivan Hoilo Sesh, Na Bodhile Desikesha, Bhakti Vinoda Padesha, Takavar Namanasi Matore. Your life may end at any moment, and you have not served the Lord of the senses. Purification. Take this advice of Bhakti Thakur, that once relish the nectar of the holy name. So Bhakti Thakur is actually giving instructions to all the conditioned souls who are seeking for ultimate happiness. So therefore, by remembering this song and singing this song and relishing this song, that one will have a strong desire to proceed steadily in devotional life. Namo Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurati Jai Namaha. Jai Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Gai Gaura Madhura Swarai, 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 Gai Gaura Madhura Swarai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Bhakti Hare Rama, Bodhine Hare Rama, Hare
महासंकीर्तन की जय हो। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस रामदास स्वामी के प्रभुपाद की जय। जय स्थानपादाचार्य कृष्ण प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रभुपाद स्तोत्र श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत प्रभुपाद की जय। आनंद कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री दैत्य गदाधर श्रीवासुदेव गौरववृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। जय ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मई जमुना मई की जय। तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय। प्रजा युगधर्म हरिनाम महासंकीर्तन की जय। जय श्री भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वृंदावन स्वरूप स्वामी की जय। जय गौर प्रेमानंदे वेद भक्त वृंद की जय। All glory to the Son of Krishna. All glory to the Son of Krishna. All glory to the Son of Krishna. Glory to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga Gaura Premanande. Sripad Maharaj ki jai. We have Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita.
For the next hour, stop the chair and get the chair. Please. All right.
Why is it on the surface? Don't touch it. 15 minutes on this phone, no problem.
Jai Krishna Prabhupada ki. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Lokesmin Dvividha Nishtha Pura Prokta Maya Nagha Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. A question by Sri Prabhupada. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O sinless Arjuna, this is from Karma Yoga, the 3, text number 3. O sinless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are 2 classes of men who try to realize the self. Some are inclined to understand it by empirical, philosophical speculation, and others by devotional service. So in the human society, those who are searching for knowledge, those who are trying to find what is the ultimate nature of reality, ultimate meaning of life, there are 2 classes of men. So one class of men, they are called a little bit like Gyanis. They are called empirical scientists or philosophers, empiricists, empirical philosophical speculation. So they want to see things according to their senses, sense ability, sense perception, and the experimentation, and then try to draw some conclusion. But primarily from sense perception. So these people are called Gyanis or empiricists, scientists or philosophers. So the other class is called the other class of devotional service, or devotees of the Lord. So Prabhupada explains here in the purport. In the 2nd chapter, verse 39, the Lord explained 2 kinds of procedures, namely Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga, or Buddhi Yoga. In this verse, the Lord explains the same more clearly. Sankhya Yoga, or the analytical study of the nature of spirit and matter, is the subject matter for persons who are inclined to speculate and understand things by experimental knowledge and philosophy. The other class of men work in Krishna consciousness, as it is explained in the 61st verse of the 2nd chapter. The Lord has explained also in the 39th verse that by working by the principles of Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness, one can be relieved from the bonds of action, and furthermore, there is no flow in the process. The same principle is more clearly explained in the 61st verse, that this Buddhi Yoga is to depend entirely on the Supreme, or more specifically on Krishna, and in this way all the senses can be brought under control very easily. Therefore, what the yogas are interdependent as religion and philosophy. Religion without philosophy is sentiment, or sometimes fanaticism, while philosophy without religion is mental speculation. The ultimate goal is Krishna, because the philosophers who are also sincerely searching after the absolute truth come in the end to Krishna consciousness. This is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita. The whole process to understand the real position of the self in relation to the super self. The indirect process is philosophical speculation, by which gradually one may come to the point of Krishna consciousness. And the other process is directly connecting with everything in Krishna consciousness. Of these 2, the part of Krishna consciousness is better because it does not depend on purifying the senses by a philosophical process. Krishna consciousness is itself the purifying process, and by the direct method of devotional service, it is simultaneously easy and sublime. Jai Guru Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai. So it's very clear, therefore, that devotional service is the highest process of acquiring knowledge. In the latter part, in the Bhagavad Gita, also Krishna says that Raja Vidya Raj Goyam Pavitram Midam Uttamam. So this devotional service is the king of education. Devotional service means learning how to depend on the mercy of the Lord and how to serve Him and how to offer everything for His pleasure and how to glorify Him. So in a way it is simple, at the same time it is very sublime. And such knowledge is called a Raja Vidya. Raja Vidya means, Raja means king, Vidya means knowledge. The king of education. And not only king of education is also Raja Goyam. Goyam means it is a confidential. Raja Goyam, the king of all confidential knowledge. Means it's very precious. It means that, confidential means extremely precious, so it has to be used very properly. Raja Vidya Raja Goyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam. And this knowledge is also Pavitram. Pavitram means very pure. It is the Pavitram. And also Uttamam. Uttamam means highest. Pavitram Idam Uttamam. So it is the highest knowledge, that this Krishna consciousness or this devotional service. Dharmyam pradaksha bhagamam susukham kartamabhayam. And besides, this knowledge is it can be perceived directly. Directly means, generally our senses are imperfect, so therefore direct perception is not perfect source of knowledge. But what happens when the senses are purified? By the process of this devotional practice, our senses, our contaminations of the heart and the senses are completely purified. Then this revelation or direct perception or the knowledge is revealed by the blessings of the Lord. So this is called direct perception. But here there is no contamination, because the senses are at such stage, and this is for the advanced devotees of the Lord. To the sages and saintly people, therefore, the knowledge is revealed. So this is because of the purification. When the senses are not purified, then our senses there are 4 defects. Therefore, it is not perfect. But by practice of devotional service, when the senses are purified, then it is possible to receive direct knowledge, direct perception. Just like when the scientists, without purifying their senses, but somehow when the revelation or the inspiration comes at some point, that the knowledge, when the discovery, at the moment of discovery, almost invariably, all the scientists say that this knowledge is given to me by God, by the Supreme Lord. All this, you see the history of science, and at that point, they always express the great humility that the knowledge is not because of my own effort, but it is by the mercy of the Lord. Even in an ordinary sense, at some point, such people get that realization that knowledge is given to me. That's why almost invariably almost all the normal scientists, when we inquire what is at the moment of discovery, what was your mind? So they always say that this knowledge is given to me at that particular moment. So this is called revealed knowledge, the revelation. But generally the revelation comes to the especially says to the saintly people when the senses are completely purified. So dharmam pradakshavagam. Pradaksha means sense perception. But this sense perception, generally in ordinary cases, the sense perception is not perfect, because otherwise the senses are
Just like even to see a small little thing, we have to use a microscope. But even to use a microscope, it's an extended process, but still it's not able to see everything there. But so among the senses, the mind is called the sixth sense. It's the most is the king of all senses. The mind is the manas. But the mind is a very tricky. It's a tricky identity. It's tricky. It is it's very flickering. Mind is the nature of the mind is very flickering. So therefore, it is not easy to so easily educate the mind, because the mind is always wanting to do this, go here and there, and so it is very restless in nature. But then, how does the mind could be brought to peaceful situation? Therefore, the only way to train the mind properly is actually to utilize this mind in the service of the Lord. So this is recommended in all the scriptures. Bhajahure mana Sri Nandanandana, the Acharya sings, Abhay Charanara Bindare. So, my dear mind, so please don't be so chanchala, means very flickering, very restless. So please submit at the feet of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, and so you'll be having complete satisfaction. That the mind becomes therefore can be subdued and could be brought to proper training. So therefore, when the mind is brought into proper training, then all other senses will be also purified. It is easy to control the other senses, that like the eyes, the ears, the nose, and all these things can be very nicely channelized when the mind is very properly trained. So therefore, but all these things, training, all these things come ultimately into the devotional service. Raja Vidyanas Guhyam Pavitram Vidam Uttamam. What is the king of education? In all cultures, this is not, it is beyond any sectarian conception. This is only for all sincere people of the world, the universe, that anyone can apply his or her intelligence in order to acquire the genuine knowledge, the knowledge which is beyond any sectarian, it is beyond time and space, and it is beyond the ordinary form of knowledge. Therefore it is called Raja Vidya, devotional life. But Krishna says that the other process, the empirical and the scientific process, it is not useless, it is very useful, but for a different class of people. As for example, scientists, generally they like to see things in practical way, but through the sense perception at the beginning. So therefore, they try in ways and means to experiment. They want to be satisfied by the rational approach, by the empirical approach. And so therefore, it is very time-consuming, because it is very time. Also, it's not very sure. But then, if we follow devotional service, means we follow the proven form of knowledge. Say the previous generation has already proved that this is the right way. So generations after generations, that this knowledge is coming in a proven manner, that yes, this is correct. So transfer from the previous generation to the next generation. And following from actually this is called from the teacher to the student, So this knowledge is coming. So this knowledge is called parampara. Parampara means it is coming by descending process. So this in Sanskrit it's called Avaroha Pantha. In modern philosophical language they call top down. It's coming from the higher authority, higher platform to it is coming down, handed down. So this is called the top down process, or Avaroha Pantha. In Sanskrit it is also called Avaroha. But this is the process of devotion. This is the process of devotion. Therefore, when we come to Krishna consciousness, that this is Avaroha Pantha. This is a parampara process. That means the knowledge is coming from the acharyas within the sampradaya. Therefore, this knowledge is a proper, proven process. So therefore, by following only thing is that those who practice very seriously this knowledge, so they will definitely, it is proven that without fail that the one will be enlightened. But then I have to do my duty. I have to follow the principles properly, and then I have to practice properly. And then when you follow these things in the proper process, then the knowledge will be revealed. So, like acharyas like Bhakti Thakur, we sang the song before it was composed by Bhakti Thakur. It's a great acharya in our line. It's called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. It's called Sampradaya. Sampradaya means this lineage is coming, where they say the knowledge coming from the Lord, from the Supreme Lord, to the chain of the disciplic succession. So this knowledge, this is called Sampradaya. So therefore, Sampradaya, the proper Sampradaya means it is bona fide, it is a proven, it is authentic, and the process. So therefore, by following the principles within the Sampradaya, and by sincerely practicing those principles without any adulteration, without any change, and without any interpretation. It is purely, when one is purely practicing, then the knowledge will come by the blessings of the disciplic process, and also by the blessings of the acharyas and the Supreme Lord Himself. The knowledge will be revealed to each one of us. And so in this way, one gets the inspiration, and one gets a great enthusiasm, and then happiness, and in practicing even this small austerity. Therefore, Bhakti Thakur says in that song, he says, "My dear brothers and sisters," he calls that all the human beings in this world. So it says that, "My dear brothers and sisters, whether you are at home, say, or sometimes you go out in the forest, or you travel around, and under all circumstances, he's requesting that my dear brothers and sisters, please do not forget the name of chanting this the Lord, the Supreme Lord's name, in the form of Hare Krishna Mahamantra." So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is called the Yuga Dharma. Yuga Dharma means this is a millennium. This millennium is called Kali Yuga. This Mahamantra is the medicine of this age of Kali. So therefore he is saying that we should chant, simply chant Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So and Gauranga Mahaprabhu says that for chanting this Harinam, there is no hard and fast rule. You can chant in the forest, you can chant at home, you can chant wherever you are, at work, and you can chant when you're flying, you can chant at any place. There is no hard and fast rule. Therefore, this is called Yoga Dharma. Because by chanting this Mahamantra, this is the main process of devotional life. The age of Kali. Therefore, by chanting this Mahamantra, then one will get the ultimate benediction, and be able to see what is the ultimate purpose and meaning of life. In this way, one can get perfection in this very lifetime. One can get perfection, and then after leaving this body, Guru Maharaj says that then we go to our natural home. He says, back to Godhead. Back to Godhead means, we don't want to suffer again, because if we contemplate within a second, then we will find that this world is really a place of misery. The momentary flickering happiness, that's a very, very transient. So there's such type of happiness, by the poets called just like the drops of water on the lotus tree. Kamala dala dala, jivana dala mala. So this is Govindas, the poet. He says that this type of happiness is just like the drops of water on the lotus petal. You see the drops of water when the wind comes, right? Any moment the water on the lotus leaf, you can experience the lot in a pond. Or the lotus grows in tropical countries, and it is very vivid example. Kamala dala dala, and Kamala means lotus. So the drops of water on the lotus is very, very flickering. Very, very flickering. So therefore, this material happiness is actually very flickering. But so we should search for the permanent happiness. Happiness that will be everlasting. Happiness that will be beyond time and space. Happiness that will be always growing and growing. Never diminish, it's only growing. Happiness. So this is called Anand. Anand. Anand means blissful, unlimited happiness, always growing. And the real nature of the spiritual entity, we are all spiritual beings. So the real nature is described as Satchit Ananda in Sanskrit language. That means we are eternal living entities. Sat means eternal. And Chit means we have we are knowledgeable about things. We have the cognitive power and the cognition. That's the quality of life. We have process of acquiring knowledge. So this is called chit potency of the living being. And the other one is called Anand. Anand means we are always endowed with happiness, blissfulness. So this is the primary quality of life. But Anand in this material life, in a very in a rudimentary form, we get some kind of a glimpse of this happiness. Just like people want to acquire a lot of money, they think that to have a lot of money would be a source of happiness. But on the other hand, to have a lot of money is a source of anxiety, because a lot of people are worried why this money will be stolen, or any tips may come, or life is in danger. Therefore, it is not always a source of happiness. It can be lost any moment. So therefore, a wise person, I would say, a wise person should look for that type of happiness, the happiness which should be ever increasing, the happiness which should be beyond any, beyond time and space. And so therefore, the happiness is possible only when one practices this here. And why do we suffer here? And is there any way out to get out of this suffering? And so therefore, these are the functions of the very thoughtful and very inquisitive class of people. So therefore, they said, Shastra says, actually our scriptures say, unless one inquires, one becomes inquisitive, what is the ultimate goal of life? What is the ultimate journey that I will be reaching? Unless these questions being asked, is that the human form of life is not really given. Because other forms of life, they are doing the same thing as we are doing. But the human form of life, that by this knowledge that we have, that the Lord has given this knowledge, then we have a strong desire that what is the meaning of reality? What is the ultimate truth? What is good and what is bad? What is right and what is wrong? So these thoughts come to I think any one of us, or just thinking for a moment, then it will be natural, therefore, to be very inquisitive. So what is the ultimate destination of life's journey? So this makes the human form of life the most important form of life among all forms of life. Okay, so therefore it has been emphasized in the Vedic scriptures. So about Krishna consciousness movement, or this culture, it is a culture of inquiry. It's called Brahma Jigyasa, Tata Brahma Jigyasa. To inquire about life's meaning, and to inquire about everything, whether God exists or not, or whether is doing certain things, activity, but those activities is useful or not useful. So it's a proper, in order to understand the proper perception or the real understanding of what we are doing. And so therefore, this process of inquiry is very essential. In order to do that, therefore, when one is getting to a devotional life or devotional journey, depending on the mercy of the higher authorities, and that we proceed with a positive mind, with an open mind, and then the knowledge will come. Knowledge will definitely come, and then one becomes internally very strong and enthusiastic. And so in this way, the life's journey will be fulfilled. And so therefore the scriptures say that the human form of life, in fact our Acharya Singh, the Manusya Janamapaya, Manusya Janamapaya means